Hey guys, Jason Schneider coming to you from the beach here, and I wanted to do a video because I got a couple of requests for how to use neurolinguistic programming for diet and weight loss, and so I wanted to share with you a technique that I discovered in myself. I modeled it from myself, called the Craving Killer. And so let me get into this. If that's something that's interesting for you, using NLP to maybe you have a craving every once in a while, something that you want to eat, something that you want to drink, and you want to cut that out and stop yourself from wanting it to the point where you don't go and get it, that you can actually refrain from it and have some self-control, then this video is for you. So here's the story. So I was walking up the stairs, this was probably a year ago already, and it was a long day. I maybe had just gone for a long walk, and all of a sudden this mental movie pops up in my mind. And this mental movie is me, and I grab this Coke can. I could feel the coldness of the can of soda. I put it up to my lips. I feel the can on my lips. I get that drink in my mouth. I swish it around. Oh, that flavor. And it's ice cold, and I swallow it down. And I go, oh, how refreshing. And then I kind of snapped out of the daydream real quick, and I continued walking up the stairs. Well, obviously, after playing that mental movie in my mind, I wanted a Coca-Cola. I wanted a can of soda, nice, ice-cold, refreshing soda, right? So let's look at this let's step back and model this from an NLP perspective. So first of all, in that mental movie, was I stepped into that mental movie or stepped out? And if you don't know the answer to that, then definitely watch my video on my YouTube channel about stepping in and stepping out of your mental movies. But in that memory, I was stepped into it. I was reliving that moment as if I was there now. I was imagining it, and it was like I had the can in my hand, I felt it in my mouth, I felt the temperature of it, I tasted it. I was stepped into that mental movie. And then think about it also from a modeling standpoint. Where did the clip begin and where did the movie clip end? Well, the clip began by feeling the cold can in my hand. It ended as soon as I said, ah, how refreshing. I felt that refreshingness, and then I kind of snapped out of the daydream and I continued on with my day. And again, all of that happened probably in what was most likely less than a second. But so that's the unconscious program that played in my mind. So, and again, if that's the kind of mental movies that you're playing in your mind, edited in that way, then probably you're going to be ending up craving whatever it was that you're running. So let me teach you a different way about how to run your own mind so that you can maybe do things a little bit differently. So what did I do? So first of all, first thing I did was I stepped out of that movie. Again, I'm going to put the link below here to that other movie in the the other video in my comment section about stepping in versus stepping out. But first thing I did was I stepped out. I saw him over there going, ah, how refreshing. Now that got me out of the state a little bit because I'm watching him drink the Coke, meaning me over there, but I'm not the one drinking the Coke, I'm watching me drink the Coke. So that was the first step. Then what did I do? Then I fast forwarded that mental movie while I'm watching it from the outside. About 30 minutes later, when he had already drank the Coke, me, and now he's regretting it, he's beating himself up, he's feeling full and bloated, he's not being very happy in that moment. And then I step back into that movie, feeling that kind of disappointment, that sadness, that fullness, that bloatedness, that not feeling good. And then I snapped out of the daydream. So let me just run you through this real quick. So I had the craving, I was stepped in, I felt the can, I did it. Ah, how refreshing. I popped out, I saw him over there going, ah, how refreshing. I fast forwarded that movie about 30 minutes or however long it was until he was already regretting it and not feeling well from having eaten or drank in that thing. Then I stepped back in, getting that not good feeling from having done that, and that regret and the fullness and the bloatedness, and then I stepped into that. I felt that for a little bit, just enough to know that I don't want that. And then I snapped out of the daydream and woke back up to the present. Now, notice the difference between the two ways of running your own mind, of running your own brain. And I guarantee you, well, hopefully, if you do this correctly, you're going to end up not wanting that thing that you wanted just shortly. And when you get really good at running this new program in your brain, at programming your brain to operate in this new way, as opposed to the way that I said it before, the way that creates cravings, when you start to run it in the way that kills cravings, you will be much more efficient, much more effective at doing this, to the point where you can install this as an unconscious program and you'll be able to do this without even thinking about it, just like before you were doing that old way of making yourself crave things without even thinking about it. So if you have any questions or comments about this, please leave them below. I look forward to hearing about how this goes from you. And Keep on practicing. Bye.